Hi, I'm Bernard Rose. This is Trailers from Hell. Now we're going to look at Savage Messiah, Ken Russell's film about the sculptor Henri Gaudier-Brzeska. Ken made this film as a kind of self-proclaimed letter of love to bohemians and the bohemian lifestyle. He paid for it himself, which nowadays to pay for your own film doesn't seem like an unusual thing, but back then that was a big deal. He'd just come off an incredible run of success with Women in Love, The Music Lovers, The Devils, The Boyfriend, and after this incredible quartet of films, he wanted to make this film Savage Messiah, and nobody was interested in it, so he just blithely went forward with the production himself. And it feels like somebody's passion project. It feels like a film that has no real reason to exist, which is why it's really wonderful and really unique and really stands actually outside even his oeuvre as something quite extraordinary. Like The Devils, this film was production designed by Derek Jarman, who went on to become a very well-known filmmaker in his own right, but was also somebody who very much was a real bohemian and a real artist who kind of had dedicated himself to doing whatever the hell he felt was right and would not have compromised himself for anything. That's what this film is about. It's about that energy. It's about the energy that created punk rock. It's about the energy of a young man who just has this passion to express himself, and he doesn't care whether anybody buys it, whether anybody likes it. And there's an incredible sequence in the film where he spends all night carving a head out of a block of granite because bragged to a gallery owner that he's going to bring it round to his gallery the next day, and he hasn't done any work. So he stays up all night in a crazed frenzy of sculpting, making this sculpture. And when he takes it in a wheelbarrow to the gallery owner's expensive gallery the next day, and the guy won't even open the door to him, he picks up this block of granite and hurls it through the window. And when he's arrested, his friends come to bail him out of jail, and he complains to them that he doesn't want to be bailed out of jail because if he gets off scot-free, it's as if he didn't do anything. I think it's sort of Ken Russell's credo in a sense. All his films are about the struggle and the kind of sacrifice needed to actually make art as opposed to just making stuff for money. This is the film where he kind of most distilled those feelings and most distilled the idea that success is irrelevant and other people's opinions are irrelevant. The film has a very sudden, tragic ending that takes you completely by surprise, and you've been really enjoying the film and laughing at it and thinking it's kind of a little risque, a little fun, a little bit provoking, and then suddenly at the end, out of the blue, it becomes incredibly moving. It's one of the most extraordinary fast switches of tone I've ever seen. For nothing else, the film is remarkable. It also contains a really, really strong early performance from Helen Mirren, who of course went on to become very respectable and playing the Queen, and here she plays this very volatile anarchist suffragette who does several sequences absolutely naked. And there's a story where he had a pair of vorticist stockings for her to wear for the scene where she has to walk naked through her father's house, and he couldn't decide whether she looked more sexy in the stockings or more sexy stark naked, and he had the crew take a vote on it, and they voted that the stockings were more sexy, at which point Ken said, well, she's not supposed to be sexy in the scene, she's supposed to be making a statement, so she does the scene stark naked. Ken used to tell the story and then end by saying, see how much restraint I have.
Pre-war Paris in 1910 was revolution. It was Picasso, Chagall, Palm, and Henri Gaudier-Brzeska.
I need an audience. There's no such thing as an artist who doesn't need an audience.